Good morning, everyone. It is so great to hear that. It has been so long since I've heard that from our whole school family gathered together in the same place at the same time. So it's wonderful to see you all here this morning. As you know, we're celebrating Earth Day. Even though Earth Day really occurred when we were on vacation, I know that you've been learning a lot about Earth Day and taking care of our Earth over the past 2 weeks. And we figured this was a perfect day on a Friday morning when it's not raining to celebrate Earth Day as a school family. So I'm so excited and happy to see everyone here together. First of all, it's obviously important to celebrate the Earth and how we take care of the Earth. And it's so great to have everyone here together to do that for the first time in 3 years. So some of our people here have never been to a whole school assembly. Our kindergarten and first grade people have never been all together with the school family together. So it's a special day for you. Second graders, they had some assemblies when they were here in kindergarten. And Mrs. Jaffoon is a new member of our school family, and she's never seen a whole school assembly either. So it's a real day to celebrate. You know, there are some very important people that we always think of on this Earth Day assembly time. And one of them is Miss H. Olive Day. And as you know, that's the person that our school is named after. Miss Day is a person who grew up in the town of Norfolk, just like you are growing up in the town of Norfolk right now. She lived here all of her life, and then she was a teacher, and then she was an assistant principal and a principal at the old Freeman School, which no longer exists, even though we now have the Freeman Kennedy School. She was in the older building, the Freeman School. And she absolutely loved nature. She loved being outdoors. She was a member of the Audubon Society and spent a lot of time down in Stony Brook. Does everyone know where Stony Brook is? I bet you've all been there. Very good. Well, Miss Day spent time down there more when she was growing up, because I don't think Stony Brook was like it is right now when she was growing up here in Norfolk. But she lived on Fruit Street, which may be near your neighborhood. There is still a farm across the street. There used to be a lot of farms in Norfolk, and there was a farm right across the street. It was called Jane and Paul's Farm. And they're still there. And sometimes they sell things. They're not full-time like they used to be, but sometimes they sell things like blueberries and things in the fall. So I bet you've been by there. So Miss Day is a very important person because she was probably the best recycler and conserver of things that I have ever known. She made sure, when she was the principal and I was the teacher over at the Freeman School at the time, she made sure that we used everything very well, that we didn't waste anything. And she used to recycle all kinds of things at her own home. Before, they used to pick up recycling at the end of your driveway, or that you could go to the transfer station to recycle. She used to just reuse things as much as she could. She never wasted a thing. So, and she also loved nature. She loved the birds. And so, who can tell me what bird is on our school sign? Okay, say it all together then. Cardinal! Very good. And why do you think the cardinal is on our school sign? Because it was Miss Day's favorite bird. Absolutely. So every day when you come by that cardinal sign, or when you have cardinal things in your classroom, you can think of Miss Day, because that's why the cardinal is on our sign. She loved feeding the birds, and she had chickens for a while. She always had a big, beautiful flower garden and vegetable garden. So she did all kinds of things to take care of the earth. So I know that she would be very happy and proud, by the way, that we are all here celebrating Earth Day because it was so important to her. So I know that all of our grade levels have prepared a poem or a song. So let's start with our kindergarten students.
All right, my kindergarten friends, where do we hide in mostly? Right here. Excellent. Doing hello world. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you do the first sign language for hello world? Very nice. Ready? Repeat after me. Hello world.
Hello world.
My old friend.
My old friend.
It's another day.
It's another day.
I'm glad to see you again.
I'm glad to see you again.
The sun is up.
The sun is up.
And I'm ready to play.
And I'm ready to play.
Hello world.
Hello world.
So what do you say?
So what do you say?
Very well done. We can do it again, but a little bit louder. That way we can make sure that the first and second graders hear us. Hello world.
Hello world.
My old friend.
My old friend.
It's another day.
It's another day.
Glad to see you again.
I'm glad to see you again.
The sun is up.
The sun is up.
And I'm ready to play.
And I'm ready to play.
Hello world.
Hello world.
So what do you say?
So what do you say?
Thank you, kindergartners. Thank you, Mr. Escalay. And this is Mr. Escalay's first HOD school assembly, too, because he came last year when we weren't having assemblies. So what do you think so far, Mr. Escalay?
I am very excited to be a part of it, Mrs. Belfort.
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
Great. And you know what? Another person, this is her first time, Mrs. Horton, who's standing right back by the stairs there. So welcome to our HOD family traditions here. Okay, so we were talking about Miss Day and how she was the best recycler I've ever known. And that's why she would be so happy to walk by the classrooms here and to see all of the bins filled with all kinds of things that we can recycle. The bottles, cans, papers, because everything that we put in those recycling bins there and in the lunchroom are things that don't end up in the dump and just sitting there for years and years and years. So she would be very, very happy to see that. Okay, why don't we have our first graders share what they've been practicing.
First grade, we also have a song prepared, right?
Yes.
All right, we are doing Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. Can any of my first graders, what's the tune of this song? What's the tune of it?
The Itsy Bitsy Spider.
The Itsy Bitsy Spider, very, very nice. Stand over here by my kindergarten friend. Here we go, first graders, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, words that we all know. We have to save our planet so we can live and grow. We might be only children, but we will try to see. And we have to save our planet starts with you and me.
Very nice. We'll try it one more time, a little bit louder again, so our kindergartners and our second graders can hear us. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready?
Reduce, reuse, recycle, words that we all know. We have to save our planet so we can live and grow. We might be only children, but we will try to see. We have to save our planet, it starts with you and me.
Very, very well done. Very, very nice job, my friends. Thank
Very, very nicely done, first graders. So the message that you just gave, reduce, reuse, recycle, are things that we emphasize here every day at HOD. So just think about that message. Every time you put a piece of paper in that bin, every time you recycle something plastic from the cafeteria, you are helping the earth, helping our school first, and then helping our earth in general. So very nice message. You know, there are some other people that would be very happy to see us all gathered here together, and that would be the Kunde family. And the Kunde family actually owned all of this land that we are on and the whole conservation forest as well. And when we needed a school here in Norfolk, they said that we could have their land to do it. But they wanted to make sure that we left some conservation forest in the back where nothing would ever be built there. And that's why we have that to enjoy now. And now we have the beautiful Cardinal Trail there. I hope all of you have had the opportunity to go down the Cardinal Trail. And that was Mrs. Evans, who is an assistant in preschool. Her son actually made that trail for us as part of his Eagle Scout project. So you have to take advantage of that. But the Kunde family ran a farm here. They lived at in a little house at the very beginning of our driveway. The house is no longer there. There's a new house there, but when you turn into the school, if you look out the school bus or your car window, on the left-hand side, there's a house there, and that used to be the farmhouse. And this was all fields, and they grew crops, and they also had some animals here. Many years ago, we had one of the children, who he was all grown up at that point, come back to talk to us when we dedicated the conservation forest, because the conservation forest is a rock right there that says Kunde Conservation Forest, and it's dedicated to Ida Kunde, and that was his mom. And so we always think of the Kunde family and what a great thing they did for our town by donating the land, selling part of it, donating part of it, and letting us build the school here many years ago. Okay, so now I think it is time for our second graders to share something with us.
What can you do when you see litter in the streets and the air smells of pollution? When you feel like it's all piling up, remember there's a solution. There's something each of us can do to keep the rivers clean, to keep fresh air breathing, and keep the world green. Help clean a beach or recycle bottles and cans. Learn about how we can keep things and how to understand. It doesn't have to be a lot if we each just do our share. So take time out on Earth Day to show the earth we care.
Thank you very much, second graders, for sharing that poem that reminds all of us again about the importance of taking care of our earth. The Kunde family would be very happy to hear that. You're standing on their land and reciting that poem. So I want to thank everyone for sharing all of your wonderful songs and poems, and I want to thank you even more for all that you've learned about taking care of the earth and all that you're doing here every day, whether it's small things like using only one paper towel instead of two, or not letting the water run while you're washing your hands. All of those little things make a big difference every single day. So we've spent some special time together here today, and I know this is Mrs. Jaffoon's first time here, so she might want to say a couple of words too.
Thank you, Mrs. Balfour. Good morning, HOD.
Good morning, Mrs. Balfour.
Like Mrs. Balfour said, this is my very first HOD assembly. And I thought it was fabulous. What did you think?
Good.
Yeah, awesome. I know over the past few weeks you've been learning all about Earth Day and the importance of taking care of our planet and our school. In addition to all of your wonderful presentations this morning, I know Mrs. Balfour and I have seen lots of beautiful artwork and writings and stories and all of your wonderful bulletin boards celebrating Earth Day all over HOD. So thank you very much for your hard work and your dedication to taking care of our school and our planet. Excellent job, HOD Cardinals. Great work.
Okay, so in addition to thanking all of you and thanking Mrs. Jaffoon, I'd also like to thank Mr. Gleason, who is always here to help us out with everything, and he set everything up for us today. Made sure that no cars parked here so that we had plenty of room. And of course, he is one of our #1 people with recycling because he helps collect the recycling every day. So all of those things that you put in the bin are then put to good use in our recycling, our big recycling bin. I also want to thank Mr. Gauthier from Norfolk Cable TV for being here. It's the first time that they've been able to visit in a long time to film an assembly. So all of you can watch it at home with your parents or share it with your grandparents or people that even live far away because it will all be on the website. So let's give Mr. Gauthier a round of applause. Okay. Okay, so this is the end of our very first assembly. We hope that we'll be able to have another 1 or 2 before the end of the school year. You did an awesome job, especially considering that this is the first time that we all got together like this. You were wonderful listeners and wonderful participants, and so we can't do any more than that. Do the best that we can. So have a great day, do the best you can all day, and don't forget to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Thank you.